Feature Friday.
The freshest.
I just mess around. You actually have the project open if you want. I could play you like different layers of it. We show you how.
Sure,
Yeah, go on.
absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
So it started with the acoustic guitar. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, perfect.
So
Waleska's low-key freaking out here.
I'm totally freaking out.
She loves this. She loves this aspect of studio music.
But why you gotta expose me like that?
can you hear it? That's the first thing that it was just, I was on the acoustic steel string and this is a really good sounding progression all on its own, you know, like this is just catchy as a chord progression. And then I added, you know, the drums.
That's dope. I really like that.
Yeah, the drums is fat.
And then and then here's the 808. Gotta have the 808 because I used to do a lot of like I used to DJ and like I made like trap music and shit, and so that I think the experience for me, like I always say that EDM is to mixing as classical is to playing. You know, like classical is the hardest to play. For me, EDM is the hardest to mix because it's like it's so full, and especially at the time it was like loudness wars, like, and to do that you have to, it's like a puzzle. It's like you have to find the exact frequency range for each layer, and if they overlap then it's going to clip, or it's not going to be as loud, it's going to smush. And so, and I spent years just fucking around and messing it up and I'm learning that by trial and error. But now that I have that, it's like mixing this comes a lot easier. And so I can make the drums and the bass smack and mix it with the instruments, and it turns out well. So
it turns out really bright. The way you mix is very, very bright. It's very nice.
Yeah, crisp, and you can feel every instrument. Like you can feel each part of each layer of the song. It's really present, and nothing is really sitting in the background. And that's what really hit me with that song.
It's all up front, right? I don't know if it's good or bad, but that's something
it's lovely. What do you mean? That's so good.
we actually struggle with that ourselves when we make music. That's actually one of my biggest issues, is that sometimes sound becomes mushed because it is like this kind of puzzle of what the fuck, finding out who's what, where's what.
Yeah.
And
one of the
go for it, brother.
I was just saying one of the first things that can help that is if you high pass the bass out of every single sound that doesn't need, like, put it, you know, high pass, like where you cut out, you put an EQ and then you cut out the lows.
Yep. So it sounds like the radio voice kind of thing.
Yeah, you raise it up until it sounds weird, and then you stop there, go back like a little bit, but it cuts out the bass energy, because the bass energy, you don't hear it, but it when you put a limiter on the whole mix, it takes up a lot of energy, and it's like it saps basically if you take that out, it allows all the other sounds to be louder and brighter. And
so that's what takes out the pop then of the song. You know what I mean? Like it makes it sound less bright, and you're saying it's the energy of the bass.
Yes, like for me, like everything here is high pass the hell out of it except for the sub.
Okay.
Where is it? The 808. Wait, let me go back to where I was.
Well, yeah, you can't really high pass the 808 because then it loses 808, right? It loses what it is.
And then it's the only thing in the sub frequency, so it has the room to really be explosive and sad. And then what else? There's this what is this?
Oh, let's go.
This is two electric lead lines in harmony.
Love it.
And then there's piano in there. This is something I figured out. I was really fortunate last year. I don't know if you saw on, actually you wouldn't, because I'm not an artist. Well, actually, it's a remix of it's Catching Feelings Bimwala remix featuring J-Boog. And that was one of the crazier projects that came about last year. I don't know if you know who J-Boog is. He's like a big TikTok guy. He's a Hawaiian reggae artist, originally from LA.
What's his name again, brother?
J-Boog. And he has songs that blew up on TikTok. And we were really fortunate last year to get him and his homie, who is this dude named Bimwala. He's a producer. He's a twice Grammy nominated reggae producer in Hawaii. And he did a remix of our song. Inigo and I have a song called Catching Feelings. Yeah. And he did a remix of that, and J-Boog did a verse on it.
Cool.
And I mixed it. And I was like, I've always liked reggae. Like, it's always a nice vibe, but I'd never like gotten to see the stems and see how a master does it. Like, it's like looking under the hood of a Ferrari, you know? So I was like, holy shit, like the way that it's put together. And it just got me so amped on reggae. Yeah, okay, that's why I was talking. That's where I figured out the piano and the guitars being layered, because he did that. And then also the organ.
Uh-huh.
On wait, let me find it. Here it is.
Nice.
It's such a small
detail, but it amplifies the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, they really make the song. I think details like that really make the song itself. And I think that's what I liked so much about the track, that you could feel the layers though. Like they didn't. It felt layered, but it didn't feel overwhelming either. Like
it made room for the vocals. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But everything was like, every layer of the track itself, like the music itself, was so complex that you could feel every part, but it gave that a fantastic platform for the vocals to pop off as well. I think it was just
you know what I'm looking forward to, and I mean I hope you give me good news here, but I want this song, like, I can't wait to hear it live, you know, with a band, because you know, my father and I were percussionists, so I grew up playing congas, timbales. I don't know how familiar you are with like South American instruments.
Those are my favorite. I put that kind of stuff in all my music. I love that.
I noticed, right? That's what I'm saying. So it's,
love it.
I'm so looking forward to when you know, gigs open up and things like that in venues. So see Bugoy perform this live, and
with a band, that would be sick.
It would be brilliant, man. Because one of the things that probably the reason why I like your music is because you don't neglect minor percussionists in your song. You know, there's a minor percussion there. There is a
there is favorite part.
Details. No way, that's your favorite part.
It's one of the for me, if I have a definition of my sound, that's one of them.
You're just saying that to make me feel good.
No, man. Bro, no. In I have hand drums in every single fucking song. It's like my thing.
Dude, it makes such a difference. It just does. It makes such a difference.
You're literally,
you know, if ever you want, you could, if you want to record a hand drum part for one of the songs, like, you could do that and send it over. Like, I could send you a beat, you could add a layer and send it back.
Anything you need, man, I'm down. I mean, one of the things that we were thinking of is we bought a cajon, you know, like the Spanish.
Right. Yeah.
I love that sound, man, because I can create so many different amplitudes of bass naturally, acoustically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can also
so many nuances, right?
Yes. So in an acoustic setting with ballet singing or whoever singing, if it's mixed just correctly, details, I don't need anything else. I can just have a cajon, I can have a curtain, I can have maybe a tiny little splash, maybe if I want to be fancy, or checkers or whatever, you know, like, well, I don't know what you call them in English. You call them checkers, right? Yeah. And maybe a bongo on the side, and I basically have a band on my own.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that sound. And that you're right with the cajon. Like, if you slap it, like, you can almost do kick, snare, and hi-hat, depending on where you slap it, right?
If you hit it with the side of the fist, you get this really big amplitude sound in the middle, which actually traditional flamenco players don't enjoy. So if someone from Spain is watching, they'll be like, that's not how you actually play it. But then if you open slightly, the resonance amplifies, but so like centered, so it's different. If you hit it with the tips of the fingers, you get a more deep bass. It's so I just love that fucking instrument.
It's deep, huh? Yeah, man. That's something I would love. I wish I was good at is percussion, because I would love to like. I mean, some of the percussion I record, some are loops, but I would love to have it all be recorded. You know, to be that good.